Welcome Algebra 2. Today we're going to talk about common logarithms. When we use the phrase common logarithm, we're saying that it has a common base of 10. So, if there is no base written down, then it is implied that it is a base of 10. This would be the same thing of saying log base 10 of 5. In some of the problems that we're going to do later on, we would just type into your calculator log 5. Or we're going to change it and use a common base of 10 because that's what your calculator is programmed to do. So into your calculator, you would just type the log button and then hit the 5. Get into the habit of closing the parentheses because that will be helpful later. And then hit enter and you should get 6.989. The second property that you have to recall to complete this section is the power property. So the power property says that this is the condensed form. If you have log base b of m to the n power, you can take this exponent and move it to the front for multiplication, and this is the same as n times log base b of m. So we're going to use that property quite a bit today. We've also simplified with a common base. So for example, if you have 125 equals 5 to the x, and you want to solve for x, if these bases are the same, then your exponents are the same. I know that that's the same as 5 to the third power. So if your bases are the same, then your exponents are the same. So this is how we've solved problems in the past. The problem that's going to happen today is that we won't be able to write them using a common base. Here's the first one. So I want to solve for x in 4 to the x equals 19. So you would try, so 4 to the first is 4, 4 to the second is 16, 4 to the third is 64. So we can't write 19 using a base of 4, but it looks like our answer is going to be kind of close to 2. So this is a good way to ballpark an estimate. I'm expecting my answer to be 2 point something. So we have these properties of equality. You could add 4 to both sides of an equation. You could multiply the equation by the same number. That's allowed. Logarithms and exponentials are inverses. They undo each other. So when you can't write 19 using a base of 4, our strategy is to take the log of both sides. So I'm going to take the log of both sides. I'm going to rewrite it as log of 4 to the x equals log of 19. So now we're going to use the power property. Anytime that you have an exponent, we're going to move it to the front and expand it to show multiplication. So this is x times log base 4, or log of 4 equals log of 19. X is what I want to solve for. So this is just multiplication. What undoes multiplication? Division. So we're going to divide both sides by log 4. These cancel each other out. And then here's where you need to type it into your calculator. You need to look at my notes and follow them precisely. In your calculator, you need to push log 19, and then you'll need to close the parentheses first. Then hit divide, hit the log button again, 4, close parentheses again, and then hit equal. Your answer should be about 2.12, give or take rounding. So how do you check and see if you did it correctly or not? Plug it back in. So I have 4 to the 2.12. I punched that into my calculator and I got 18.895. So that's how I know that I got a good answer. If you had not closed the parentheses, then I think that was about 1.5 or so. And if you would have checked your answer, you would have realized that it was wrong and you would have tried something else. Let's do another one. 2 to the 4x equals 20. Can I write 20 using a base of 2? No. So anytime you can't do that, you're going to have to take the log of both sides. Anytime that you have an exponent, which you will, you're going to use your power property and you're going to move it to the front. So this is multiplication, 4x times log of 2 equals log of 20. So you want to solve for x, that's just multiplication, so I'm going to divide both sides by log 2. So 4x equals log 20 divided by log 2. Into your calculator, and then to solve for x, you're going to divide both sides by 4. So you're going to take that answer then and divide it by 4, and that's going to be your good final answer. So in your calculator, here's what you need to do. Log 20, close parentheses, divided by log 2, close parentheses, hit enter now. Don't change your calculator, just leave it as is. Divide, 4, enter. If at all possible, don't round along the way. Save that for this very, very, very last step. And I got, that's a 1.08. I'm curious if I did it correctly, so plug it in. 2 to the 1.08 times 4. So in your calculator, 2 raised to the 1.08 times 4, and I got 19.97. And we are good to go. Hope this helps. We'll do some more challenging problems next video.